All right, L boy.
What's good, man? Gangsta L, money don't sleep.
Man, it's been a minute.
Been a minute, man. Been a hot minute, man. But I'm here, man. You know, hopefully your watchers, your listeners, they appreciate, they like this interview, man. Cause you know, I think my shit be dope. My interviews, my conversations. So let's get this.
You got a big history. You know, you did some big songs back in the day with Glasses and J Rock, and you know, you've been around a while. We kind of came out around the same time. You know,
Yeah.
I think I went to Pasadena for your first video shoot, or
Oh yeah.
one of your first video shoots for sure.
Yeah, I remember that. Gripping My Grain.
Gripping My Grain.
Yeah, that's classic. That's old, man. Yeah, Gripping My Grain, man. One of my first videos. I think it was my first video. And since then, you know, I've dropped like 30, 40 other videos. You know, it's a process, man. People need to understand, man. It's a process, man. You need to capitalize on the monetization and have your shit right, man. And you'll be able to make money, man. People think that it's just about releasing music. Nah, man, you gotta put that shit on iTunes, TuneCore first. That way you could get all your money from everything else that decides to, play it. For example, if you got a video and another channel puts it on their channel, you know, you're still gonna get paid because you monetize it and it's hooked up to TuneCore, which is hooked up to YouTube. A lot of people don't know shit like that.
Yeah, you got to be business minded nowadays.
Yeah, business, yeah.
You know, it's not like before where, you know, you just pressed up CDs, sold them for some cash. It's a lot more now. A lot more shit you got to know.
Actually, I think that time was better, man, because it eliminated the lazy people.
No,
you know
me
what
too.
I'm saying? It eliminated the lazy people because nowadays you don't got to go out there and push your fucking product on the streets, man. Like, you could just do it at home, upload it, boom, bam, boom. You know what I'm saying? And I don't think that takes effort, man. I think you need to work for your dreams and shit.
Real shit. I agree, man. I miss those days.
Yeah, man, it was dope, man. Like, I came out the trunk, you know, and now it's different. Now everything's streaming, you know, it's different. The game changed.
Yeah. Well, we'll take it back. It's for the people who don't know about you or your history or where you grew up and everything, and we'll just get into getting to know you better. So for the people who don't know, where'd you grow up at?
I grew up in Pasadena, California. Summit and Penn to be exact. Shout out to all the homies in the SGV, the 626. You know, that's home right there, man. That's where I grew up at. Started gangbanging at the age of 11. Got caught up, went to juvenile hall at a young age, went to boot camp at a young age. You know, ended up getting tried as an adult at the age of 17, went to prison. You know, went to county jail on my 18th birthday. So, you know, I've had a rough upbringing, man, and, you know, but I'm here. You know, I'm making the best out of it. And, yeah.
So you said at 11 you got put on your neighborhood.
Yeah.
What was going on at the age of 11 that had you
I
in
was
the
always
streets?
like ahead of the curve. Like, I was always like I always thought I was older than what I was, and I always hung around with older cats. And, you know, and they looked at me like the little brother, you know what I'm saying? So and I would always be down to do whatever, man. Like, I was always down to gangbang. I was always down to put in work. I was always down to make shit happen and shit, you know?
And you said you caught your first case young?
Yeah, like at the age of 12, man, I was the only cat, I was the only person in my unit that didn't have hairs on his balls. That's how I knew I was too young for motherfucking juvenile hall, man. I used to get into a lot of fights because people used to try to pick on me and poke fun at me, but I never went out like no chump, so it was always
What'd you get busted for at that age?
for assault. You know, punk ass assault.
As you're growing up, you're 11. Does your family know you're involved in the streets?
Yeah, and shit, my dad used to whoop my ass in front of my homies and shit. Rest in peace to my dad. You know, and yeah, man, it's just, like I said, I always thought I was older than what I was and shit. So I never wanted to do what 11, 12-year-olds were doing. I always wanted to do what older people were doing and shit. So
when your dad would get mad at you or whoop you, did it have any effect on you at all and keep you out of the streets?
Hell no.
You were just determined to go that path.
Determined, because after an hour later, the belt didn't hurt. You know, the ass whooping you got, you know, didn't hurt. So I was back out on the streets. You know, and then, you know, I got into the selling drugs at a young age. Like, I remember on my 13th birthday, I had some money, and I went and bought, back in the day, I don't know if they call it now, but they used to call them 50 double ups. You know, you'll buy $50 of crack, but you'll get like $100 worth. So, you know, I was out there hustling, moving shit. And anybody that knows me, man, I've always been a hustler, man. At one point, I was entrenched in the drug game. That's what inspired this tattoo. Stuck in the game, because, you know, I figured like that's what I'm gonna do for the rest of my life, is hustle. You know, but then as I started growing up, I just got into the music and got into my clothing brand, and yeah.
So what made you start selling drugs at such a young age? Was it just money?
No, I always wanted what other people, what I would see, like I see all my homies that had nice ass chrome GTs, you know what I'm saying, dynos. So I'm like, damn, I need me a bike like that. So, you know, I wanted things that
So you were trying to get a bike at that point, not even a car.
Not even a car. I was trying to get a bike.
Okay.
With pegs so I could ride my homies on the back, pegs on the front so I could ride them on the front. You know, but it never worked out like that, because I was always the smallest one, so they'd always borrow my bike and I'd jump on the handlebars on the back, because I was too little to be riding motherfuckers around, you know?
Yeah. I think you mentioned at 17, you caught a case?
Yeah, I caught a robbery. I ended up pleading it to a strong arm robbery. They asked me, my lawyer was like, look, man, do you want to stay in juvenile court, or do you want to get tried as an adult? And he was like, look, man, I think your best option is to get tried as an adult, you know, because you could get 3-4 years as an adult, as opposed to if you get tried as a juvenile, you're going to end up doing till you're 25 in YA. You know, so I took the option to get tried as an adult. It was my personal option. So, but my lawyer had told me, look, man, you have a better chance of getting out sooner if you take this to adult court. You know, so.
Okay, so you're 17, and how many years are they trying to give you? You said it was a robbery?
Yeah, strong arm robbery. It was a robbery at first, but then, you know, you plead it down, you fight it, and then they offer you a deal. And I think they offered me 2 years with half. So I ended up doing a year. And I was out by my 19th birthday or some shit like that. But it would have been better than sitting in YA till I was 25. So it worked out. I played my hands right, and I gambled on that, and it worked out. So.
Okay, so at this point, are you rapping yet?
I'm writing raps in my cell. You know what I'm saying? I would freestyle around the homies and shit like that, but I wasn't taking it serious. Like, I'd freestyle in the car, you know, and shit like that. And homies would, hey, bust a rap. So I'll bust a rap. But, yeah, that's where, you know, I've always been into music, though, since I was little, man. I used to steal tapes back when they had tapes. You know, I used to make my dad buy me tapes that I couldn't buy, because back then, they see me walk into a record store, and I couldn't buy anything with the parental advisory. So I had to walk in there with my pops, because I looked like a little ass kid. So I told my dad, hey, I want that Too Short, I want that Ice Cube death certificate. And, you know, my dad was cool with it. He didn't give a fuck.
Now, growing up, what do you think was like the worst situation you had? Like life or death situation?
Oh, man, I got shot at a lot of times. Shit, I got shot at a gang of times. And, you know, I shot back a lot of times. It's just at that time when shit like that happens, like, your adrenaline be pumping so much. You don't, like, worry about what the fuck's gonna happen or what can happen. You just get shit done.
There's people that are watching this that have never even been close to a bullet.
Yeah.
That have never had a bullet at them or a gun or anything even near to that, man. What does that life or death situation feel like?
Man, honestly, at that time, you don't experience life. You don't have enough life experience to really appreciate life. So you just go with it. Like, fuck, like, boom, they shot at me. I'll be like, fuck this. I'll go grab the burner from the homies or something, go back and shoot at these cats. And then it'll just be a process, and then you run into them in juvenile hall, and then it's on site. And then it's crazy because a lot of these fools that I would get into shootouts with, like, I went to elementary, middle school with them, but then when we got into separate gangs, it's like everything that we ever did, all the dodgeball we played, all the walking to the bus stop together, that shit went out the door. You know what I'm saying?
So you were friends with these guys?
Yeah, I was friends. I used to play soccer with a lot of these guys because I used to play soccer in my enemigos hood, you know, in Villa Park in Pasadena. So all the Villa boys, you know, them is my, you know, rivals. They'd all be there, and then they would influence people to join their gang. But I stayed where I lived, you know, was the rival gang, so I knew I always had to go home. There's no way I'm gonna get jumped to this gang where I play soccer at and then go live I'll get my ass beat. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, once I got into the gang, though, I knew I couldn't go play soccer no more. You know, because these fools, they would have fucked me up.
So you had to stop playing soccer?
Once I got into my gang, because I played soccer in my enemigos neighborhood, and yeah, it would have been all bad.
All right, you're growing up, you know, you're getting into a lot of shit. Now, do any of these situations make you think twice about anything? Make you go, man, you know, I should chill out?
Not at that time. Like I said, you don't have no life experience to appreciate life, so you just on the go. You ready, like, it's on site, it's cracking. And like, see, people don't understand, man. I grew up in the 90s, like, it's different now, man. It's so fucking different. It's like, it's not even worth gangbanging no more. You know, because people don't have no structure. People turn around and shoot you and snitch on you. So it's like, why even get involved in it if it's gonna be like that? Like, in my time, everyone was solid. You know what I'm saying? Everyone was a real gang member. These fools right now ain't gang members out here. They put a gang of tattoos on their face and do a bunch of stupid shit. That don't mean shit.
It's a bad time to be a gangster.
Bad time, man. It carries a lot of time now. The laws ain't with you.
The laws, the gang injunctions, the paid snitches, the cameras.
I just went through all that recently, man. I just beat a case. I got caught with firearms. I got caught with heroin. I got caught with like 40 grand. And I fought that case for 4 years. Any one of my followers that been following me, they know I was in and out of court for 4 motherfucking years. Shout out to my lawyer, Rosenberg, you know, out of Los Angeles. Excellent lawyer, man. Nicholas Rosenberg. I had to fire 2 lawyers prior to him because they weren't getting it done. And when he came on board, man, it's like he shook everybody up. And I ended up pleading to possession, no strike, no gang enhancement. I had like 180 days to do work release, and that's what I'm doing right now. You know, my followers that follow me, they see me cleaning up at the parks, they see me cutting trees, but that's part of my work release and that's part of my plan. I was facing 10 years, you know, so, you know, from 10 years to fucking picking up trash, I'll take that any day in a heartbeat.
I hear that.
Yeah.
That's a hell of a deal.
Yeah.
All right, let's go back to, I think you said you got released from prison at 19?
Yeah.
So what do you do? What's the first thing you do when you get out?
Shit, get some pussy, smoke weed, drink.
Go straight back to the block.
Straight back. You know, like, you gotta understand, like, you come from the concrete jungle, jail, to the streets. Like, you just became a better criminal in jail. That's what it is, man. That's what you do. You become a better criminal. You become a better politician. You know what I'm saying? Because now, like, I was little and I went straight to county on my 18th birthday. And like, when they do that, like, everyone sees you coming in and they know, like, you coming from juvenile hall. So everyone, like, try to take me under their wing. And like, I'm a listener. Like, I listen to people. Like, I soak up game. That's what I'm trying to say. So I hung around people that I could soak up game from. you know, and you know, I had a little minor issues because my lingo's up, my slang, the way I talk has always been different. You know what I'm saying? I was never ever really one of these orale, chale, essay. Like I'm a Southsider and everything, but I never ever like followed the lingo, and that's what a lot of people used to try to knock me and talk shit.
So you're on the streets. Are you still hustling at this time?
Oh yeah, I've always been hustling, man. I don't hustle now, but I've hustled for a while.
And do you catch any more cases?
Yeah, I caught a few cases, man.
What was the next thing you caught?
What was the next thing I caught? Oh, possession of a firearm. A few firearms. My baby mama. We were being watched by undercovers, and what happened was I had some firearms stashed at my baby mom's house. You know, at my kid's grandma's house. And she got nervous. She was like, come get these guns out of here. So I told my baby mama, hey, go grab these guns. You know, fuck, your mom's tripping. Like, go get them out of her house and we'll bring them here for a little bit and then we'll stash them somewhere else. So as she's going to pick them up, like I go outside my house and I'm smoking and I see a car just parked there at the corner and like, I'll say about 100 yards from my house. And they I see someone sitting down there and it's like in front of a field, it's in front of a field. So I'm like, what the fuck are they doing there? You know, so then I just get a light bulb on top of my head that like, that's the cops. So back in the days, like not everyone has cell phones. You know what I'm saying? If they did, it was a prepaid one. You know, you buy your minutes at 7-Eleven and whatnot. So anyways, my baby mama didn't have a cell phone, but she had a pager. So I'm paging her, you know, code, don't come home. Don't, you know how you could put numbers, make them into letters? I put like, no, go home. No, go home. Don't come home. She don't get it. She don't get the text messages. So by the time she pulls in, boom, here come fucking FBI, fucking black and whites, parole, everybody came raided. So then I'm like, fuck. So they searched the house, don't find shit. They searched the car and found the safe full of guns that I had removed from my baby mom's house. So they find the guns. My baby mom's pregnant. You know, she like 5 months pregnant, 4 months pregnant. I don't remember, but she's already showing. And the cops are like, well, we're going to take your baby mom to jail. She just pulled up in his car, you know, with a safe full of guns. You know, and then I'm like, you know what? Those aren't her guns. Like, those are my guns. Like, let's do it. You know, so they didn't press charges at first. They gave me a year flat violation for access to a firearm. So I'm doing a year, and then like on the 10th month I submit I forgot what the document is called, but I submit something to the church like, all right, if I got these pending charges, you guys need to come get me before I get released. You know, so I'm forcing their hand, and they picked up the case. I already knew I had a case, but they didn't file yet because I was in custody. So once I brought it to their attention, they pulled me out I was in Ironwood State Prison. And then they pulled me out. I believe I went to Chino, and from Chino I went to West Valley. And then, so when I went to court, I jumped on the first deal because they offered me, I think, 2 with half, concurrent with my year violation. So I was going to get out on the same day as my original date for my violation. So I'm like, shoot that shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, I'll take it. So I actually ended up doing an extra month because whatever the case was, I guess that's what 2 and a half, she ended up doing 13 months. So I did the 13 months and I got out. And then, yeah, man.
So you're going in and out of jail.
In and out of jail.
Young age.
Young age.
At what point, are you rapping at this point?
Am I rapping? No, I'm not rapping yet. I'm not rapping, no.
Are you freestyling a little
in it. Yeah, I'm
bit?
freestyling with it. I'm not taking it serious, you know. So then, later on down the road, I forgot I caught another case and I ended up getting work release. I think it was a DUI or some shit, driving under the influence. I was drunk. And I ended up doing some work release, cleaning up parks and shit like that. So I run into this guy. He's like, man, my cousin's a music producer. Like, he does beats. You know, his name's Talent. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Talent, man. Even though, you know, we ain't on speaking terms and we don't work, man. Shout out to Talent, man. He was, you know, my producer at the beginning of my career. And then, so he's like, yeah, I got a cousin, man. And then I'm like, all right, cool, introduce me. So he introduces me to him, and I bought like 12 beats. You know, I was still selling dope. I was even at this time, I was pimping too. Like, I was out there on the streets pimping. And so I started financing my music career through that shit. So, yep, so I linked up with this cat and we just started knocking out albums. And
at this point, you're still in this, you got like 1 foot in, 1 foot out.
Yeah, exactly.
Trying to do music.
Trying to sell dope.
You know.
Trying to do all that shit.
All at the same time.
All at the same time. And then, yeah, man, at that time, I also had a little drug habit, you know, and everything was just chaotic, you know what I'm saying? At that time, like, everything was just all over the place, but...
What influenced you in music? Because your style isn't really like the traditional Chicano rap or West Coast. You know, it's kind of got like a trap kind of sound feel to it.
That's how I wanted to do it, because I figured, like, these Chicano rappers are doing it like this, and I was a real hustler. Like, I was really, really pushing dope. So I'm like, man, I ain't finna do songs like these cats. And at that time, like, you know, that's when Young Jeezy first came out. So I was already hip on that trap sound. Like, I was bumping him before he signed to Def Jam and blew up. So I was already doing, you know, wanting to do trap music. And yeah, man, like, if you listen to all my old shit, it got a different sound than what was around at its time. You know, and I never wanted to be classified a Chicano rap. Cool. Like, I understand I'm Chicano and I did rap, but, like, I always, and it didn't bother me if you labeled me that. I didn't give a fuck, but I just didn't want to sound like a Little Rob, a Capone, cats like that. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to be a street hustler making trap music. And
do you feel like, looking back on your career, do you feel like that was the right direction for you to go at the time?
Definitely, because everyone's doing it now. The sound that I was doing 10 years ago is what the fuck these motherfuckers are doing now. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got people that are more freely expressing their stilo, their lingo. Like, you got even Mexicans saying the N-word now. You know what I'm saying? In their raps, you know. So, like, I never said that in none of my music. I never said the N-word. But, like, I grew up in Pasadena, and there's a lot of Bloods in Pasadena. So, you know, we were cool. Our neighborhoods were, like, right in the same area. So, I grew up around a lot of them, and I was cool with them. So, I've always had this lingo. And now, like, back in the day, people used to hate on me. All my peers, you know, they'd be like, oh, he's trying to sound black. He's trying to know. And it's not that I'm trying to sound black. It's just I grew up in that environment, and this is how I talk. You know, so that's why I said in the beginning, I was never Orale, Chale, Simon. I know fluent Spanish. I know how to read it, write it, speak it. But I've always been myself. I never faked it. I never was somebody that I wasn't. I've always been who I am.
How do you feel about the new generation using the N-word a lot?
I don't know, like, to each his own, man. Like, to me, I don't care how you speak. I don't care if you call me that word. Like, it doesn't bother me. It might bother other people, but it don't bother me. Like, that shit don't faze me. Like, if they want to use it, they can use it. I just advise peers, like, if you're going to be a Mexican Hispanic rapper, you need to understand, like, a lot of Mexican Hispanics, some of them use the word, some of them don't. So when you come out saying the N-word, you're already gonna have a lot of criticism from people that don't even know you. So my advice is to these cats is, don't use it in your songs. You know what I'm saying? You want to get a fan base that's gonna fuck with you. You know what I'm saying? Instead of right away get turned off because you use the N-word. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'd advise y'all, don't do it, man. It's you know, however you talk is however you talk. But when it comes to music, you know, I would make a suggestion to my peers or to any musician, don't use that word. Because you got, especially if you're Mexican, you got a lot of Southsiders and Sureños that don't use that word. You know what I'm saying? So when you use it, you already just fucked off potential fans.
So you think it turns a lot of people, especially the older generation?
Yes, it turns off. It does. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I don't care. Like, you could use the word, you could call me that. I don't care. Like, but it's different when you're trying to come up and you don't want to have criticism off top. And that's what you're doing when you use the word. Like I said, man, to each his own. You can use it, whatever. But I'd advise my peers in music not to.
I remember back in the day, at one point you signed to Mack 10.
Yeah.
Or with Mack 10.
Yeah, I was signed to Who Banging Records. You know, that was kind of like, how do I say this without, like, yeah, you have to be careful when you do stuff like that, man. When you sign to other artists, man, because if you're a boss artist, like, when I say boss artist, if you're independent, like, and you go sign under another artist, you have to understand you're not priority because they want to be a superstar too. You know what I'm saying? So whatever, they're always gonna put more time into themselves as opposed to, you know, you. So an advice to up and coming artists, like, if you're gonna sign to somebody that's not a rapper. That's a businessman that wants to push you. You know what I'm saying? That's not trying to push themselves. You know what I'm saying? I ain't talking bad or nothing like that. It's just I felt like I would have had a bigger push if I was with a businessman, signed under a businessman as opposed to signed to another rapper.
So Mack 10 was still, at this point, when you signed to him, he was still hot.
Shows. Yeah, he was still hot.
He was still doing a lot of shows and out there doing a lot.
Yeah, and he would always take me with him. He'd always invite me. He'd take me on sitcoms, pilot shows. You know, we'd go out to eat dinner sometimes. But like I said, man, I was an artist signed under another artist. And them artists are never going to push you harder than they push themselves. You know what I'm saying? So, but shout out to Mack 10, everybody at Who Banging. At that time, it was me, Glasses, Exhibit, Mitchie Slick. Who else was signed to Mack 10 at that time? I forgot, man, but, you know, it was a bunch of us, and, you know, like I said, it was good on paper, but it never manifested.
You never dropped anything on Who Banging?
No, I gave him an album, the brown print. You know what I'm saying? He paid for all the production. He paid for all the studio time, the features, and everything. So once it was done, I presented it to him, gave it to him, and he just sat on it. Never put it out. So it's a hot-ass album to this day, man. Man, a lot of people ain't heard it, man.
Did you put it out?
I didn't put it out, man, because, you know, like, I didn't pay for it. You know, Mack 10 paid for all the studio time and everything, so I was just like, here.
And he wouldn't let you, you didn't try to press it up and sell it out your trunk or anything?
Come on, like, you can't press up an album that, why am I going to spend my money? Let that dude spend his money. I was still working, though. I was still putting out my own individual projects. You know what I'm saying? I put out the Business is War, the Gangsta Government, and all that. But like I said, he sat on that project. That project had fucking Mack 10 on it, Glasses, J-Rock, it had Snoop Dogg on it. So, yeah.
Yeah, you've worked with some big names.
Yeah. You know, but it's all business, man. It's not like, It's not like, you know, these artists, they don't, like, this is another thing I want to get to, man. If you're Mexican, Hispanic artist, or a Chicano rapper, whatever you want to call it, focus on doing songs with your people. You know what I'm saying? For example, shout out to King Lil G. I got a song with King Lil G too. People would rather see me on a song with King Lil G as opposed to an exhibit. You know what I'm saying? As an expose, they would rather see me with King Lil G as opposed to Snoop Dogg. You know, because the raza supports, man, and they would rather have you do songs with somebody else that's like that. So I would encourage people, man. Nothing wrong with working with brothers, man. Shout out to all the African Americans making music, you know, but they're never gonna push your song like that. You know, I've seen a lot of cats do features with a lot of these artists, and they don't even get a retweet or nothing. So they look at you like business, man. Let me get paid and let me just forget about this song I did with this guy. Straight up. No sugarcoating shit. That's how they are. You know what I'm saying? You do a song with them, they probably won't even retweet it. They probably won't even post it on their shit. They got paid, and that's that. So I'll advise my peers, man, if you're going to spend money on some features, fuck with your people. You know what I'm saying? Your fans want to see you do a song with a Hispanic Mexican rapper that's popping as opposed to an African American that's popping. Like, they don't care. You know what I'm saying? Like you ask, for example, you ask any one of my fans or anything, do you know who NBA Youngboy is? They probably don't know. And if they do, they probably won't be excited if I tell them I'm going to do a song with them. Because they don't listen to that because they're so into West Coast shit or whatnot. So
it's not even really a good investment.
It's not. I learned my lesson. It's not a good investment, man. Invested in promo, Facebook promotion, Instagram promotion, videos. Yeah, not on no features, man. That's what I think. I could be wrong though. Who knows? Like, but to me, I wouldn't do that. If I had money to go get, for example, to go do another Snoop song, would I do it? No. He ain't gonna promote it. I'd rather spend that money.
Would you do it if he agreed to promote it?
Yeah, of course. You know, if he agreed to post it up and all that other shit, of course. But they always say they will, but they don't. You know what I'm saying? Like, and like I did a song with Snoop Dogg, and then I seen him at a club, and it was like, whatever. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't like feelings mutual. You know, it wasn't like, oh, what's up, homie? That's, ooh, how you been? It's just, you know.
Business.
Yeah, business. It's all business, man.
A while back, I interviewed Reggie Wright. He was the head of security at Death Row Records. And he told me something that I thought was interesting about Orlando Anderson, which is, I think everybody knows.
The guy who allegedly
killed Tupac. I also interviewed, Keefe D about it, where he talks about this situation in detail. But he told me that after the beatdown, that he actually sued Tupac and the estate.
See, that's some sucker shit. Like if you out there in the gangbanging shit, like, fuck it, gangbang. Don't, if your enemy happens to be somebody that has money, don't fuck around and sue him. You know what I'm saying? Like, it happens, man. There's street shit, man. Street shit happens, man. You can't sue nobody on street shit. Like, for example, like 40 Glock did, sued the game. Like, he was talking so much shit about the game. And I know 40 Glock. He hosted my mixtapes. You know, I before all this bullshit happened with him, when he was you know, with Mobb Deep, I was at the zoo. You know what I'm saying? You know, I was, doing my shit there too. So, you know what I'm saying? I knew him before all the commotion with the game and whatnot. But when I seen that he sued the game, I lost all respect for him. All respect. I didn't never look at him the same. Unfollowed him, deleted his number, erased the mixtape we did off platforms, and yeah.
And so at one point, Suge needs somebody to testify for him. because, you know, he was being charged with a parole violation for kicking Orlando. And so they actually managed to make, like, I think it was a $40,000 or $60,000 settlement.
That ain't shit.
That ain't shit. And that also was the settlement for the kick. That was like a combination of the deal that they made. So, but yeah, I thought that that was pretty interesting to learn that, you know, he's actually the dude that allegedly killed Tupac. Then he turns around and sues him.
That's some sucker shit.
That's
People
wild.
do that nowadays, man. People do that. Anything to fucking get money, man. They'll jeopardize the whole fucking character just to get some bread, man.
Yeah, people are sue happy, especially when it comes to rich people.
Yeah, man. I got rear-ended by some old lady and shit, and I could have sued her and whatnot, but what for, man? Just take care of my insurance, man. We keep it moving, man.
Now, the Dodgers recently won the World Series.
Shout out to the Dodgers.
What'd you think about it?
Man, I was happy. Last time they won, my little brother was born in '88.
I barely remember them winning. I was a kid.
Yeah, man. It's been a while, man. They should have won a few years back, man. It's just the coach made some stupid ass moves, man.
Well, the Astros, they robbed us. They were stealing signs.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, whatever, man. If you got if you got a good coach, you could have looked past that. I think he dropped the ball. I think the coach dropped the ball on the titles that they lost. It was even past the cheating scandal. Like, I think they could have beat the Astros if just Dave Roberts would have been a better coach. Shout out to them, though. They won the title this year, man. So.
Yeah, Kershaw finally got his ring.
Finally, man. He a Hall of Fame. He going to the Hall of Fame, man.
Yeah, one of the best. One of the best ever.
Yeah.
Little Pump.
Little Pump, man.
Endorsed Donald Trump.
He a clown, man. He a clown. Little Donald didn't even know his fucking name. He called him Little Pimp.
I seen that.
You know, that just comes to show you he didn't give a fuck about him. He just threw him on stage to get, you know, Little Pump's fan base or whatever.
He lost over 200,000 followers on Instagram.
Damn. I didn't even know that.
But he's got like 14 million.
Yeah, that ain't shit.
But, you
I
know.
didn't even follow the dude.
Yeah, I mean,
I
see his, you know, I follow some blogs that post about him.
I follow blogs that post him, but I never heard not one song from the guy.
The only one I remember is that Gucci Gang song.
Oh, yeah.
That shit was popular as fuck.
I never even fucking paid attention to the whole song.
What I thought was funny is, you know you can't hide nothing from the internet. So back in 2016, he tweeted "fuck Donald Trump."
Yeah, he did, and he deleted it.
And he deleted it. So I don't know what happened that made him.
I think at that time, like, maybe Donald Trump did something beneficial that was gonna benefit him in those 4 years. So maybe that had him gave him a change of heart, you know.
I guess it could have been the tax plan that everybody's been talking about.
It could have been that. It don't look like Donald gonna win though.
Well, man, I appreciate you taking the time, man.
Yeah, anytime.
We got some good shit in. You know, it's been a minute. You know?
Been a minute, man. Anytime, man. Anytime for Camp Capone News, man. I'm here, man. Anytime, man. Make sure y'all follow me on Instagram, moneydon'tsleep_boss, moneydon'tsleep_brand. I got my clothing brand, www.moneydon'tsleepbrand.com. You know, I got everything you see me wear is on my website. Yeah, man. Everything. Female clothing, too. All that.
Appreciate you, dog.
Yes, sir. Money don't sleep.